Force yourself in 7 days to master the frequency of your mind and spirit, attracting infinite abundance and wealth. Every human being lives surrounded by invisible forces. You cannot see them, but you can feel them shaping the rhythm of your days. The coincidences, the timing, the mood you wake up in, the energy of the people around you. Earl Nightingale and Bob Proctor both understood this truth with absolute clarity. The mind is not a quiet place inside your head. It is a transmitter and a receiver of frequency. Whatever you hold in your mind consistently, you broadcast into the universe. And whatever you broadcast, you inevitably attract back. The quality of your life is the echo of your mental and spiritual vibration. To force yourself in 7 days to master your frequency means learning how to take command of this invisible broadcast. It means no longer living by chance or emotion, but by design and alignment. It's not about pretending to be positive. It's about understanding that your thoughts and emotions are electrical and magnetic forces. Nightingale called it the strangest secret because it is simple, yet hidden in plain sight. You become what you think about most of the time. Proctor expanded on that truth, saying that your feelings are the vibration of your body, and that vibration creates your results. When you combine their teachings, you realize that wealth, success, love, or peace all are frequencies that can be tuned into deliberately. The first step in this 7-day transformation is understanding that thought is the seed of everything. Look around you. Every building, every invention, every piece of art, every fortune started as a single thought in someone's mind. The same creative power flows through you, but most people never use it consciously. They think by default, reacting to life rather than directing it. Their thoughts are filled with worry, fear, envy, or doubt, and so the energy they transmit mirrors those same patterns. The universe, being neutral, reflects it faithfully. If you fear loss, you attract situations of loss. If you believe deeply in expansion and growth, you attract opportunities for it. You are the artist and the canvas at once. When Nightingale spoke about success being the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, he meant that you don't achieve success overnight. You grow into it through consistent thought and action aligned with your deepest vision. Proctor added that wealth and abundance are not things you pursue. They are things you attract by becoming the person who matches their frequency. So, if you want to attract abundance in 7 days, you must begin thinking, feeling, and acting as if abundance were already your natural state. To do that, you have to break the old mental habits that keep you tuned into scarcity. You may not notice, but every complaint, every comparison, every small resentment lowers your vibration. It's like static on the radio. The frequency of lack interferes with the broadcast of abundance. So, the first discipline is silence. For the first day, speak as little as possible about what you lack. Replace every phrase of limitation with one of possibility. When you think, "I can't afford that," replace it with, "I'm finding ways to create the resources I need." When you think, "This always goes wrong," replace it with, "I'm learning to align my energy toward better outcomes." These small shifts begin rewiring your vibration. By the second day, move deeper. Train your attention. Proctor used to say that most people have no idea how powerful their focus is. Where attention goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, reality grows. If your attention is constantly scattered between worries and distractions, your energy becomes diluted. But if you focus it, even for a few minutes each day, on a clear mental image of the life you want to create, you send a concentrated frequency into the field. Hold that image with emotion, gratitude, joy, certainty. The longer you can hold it, the faster it begins to manifest in form. Day 3 is about emotional calibration. Emotion is what gives thought its magnetic pull. Nightingale taught that our environment, the world in which we live and work, is a mirror of our attitudes and expectations. Your emotions are those attitudes. Feel poor, and the world will reflect scarcity. Feel grateful, and the world will expand your blessings. So spend this day practicing emotional alignment. When you catch yourself feeling anxious, don't fight it. Breathe, observe it, and gently choose a better feeling thought. Gratitude is the simplest bridge. List everything you're thankful for: your body, your breath, your home, your opportunities, even the challenges that push you to grow. Gratitude raises your frequency instantly. By day 4, you are ready to act as if. This is not about pretending. It's about embodying the frequency of abundance. If you were already living the life you desire, wealthy, fulfilled, at peace, how would you walk? How would you speak? How would you treat others? Start living that way now. This creates coherence between your mind and your spirit. The universe recognizes coherence. It's like a clear signal with no interference. When your actions match your thoughts and emotions, manifestation accelerates. Day 5 is about purification. Every day, you interact with the energy of others, conversations, social media, the environment. Much of it is filled with fear and scarcity. If you absorb it unconsciously, your vibration drops. Protect your mental field like you would protect your home. Choose what you consume. Limit negative influences. Replace them with positive material. Listen to Nightingale's classic recordings, read Proctor's writings, or spend time in silence connecting to your inner self. When your energetic space is clean, abundance can flow without resistance. On day 6, you align your spirit. This is the day of deep connection. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and visualize light surrounding you. Golden, radiant, infinite. This is not imagination. It's energy awareness. As you breathe, imagine every cell of your body vibrating at the frequency of prosperity. Say to yourself, I am aligned with abundance. I am a magnet for wealth. I am the frequency of infinite possibility. These are not empty affirmations. They are commands to your subconscious mind. The subconscious is the bridge between spirit and form. When you reprogram it, the external world must adjust. Finally, on day 7, surrender completely. This is the paradox that Nightingale and Proctor both hinted at. You cannot force manifestation through desperation. You align, you believe, you act, and then you let go. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting the universal laws to do their work. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer doubt, you know. The spiritual energy you have cultivated in these 7 days becomes self-sustaining. It continues to expand even as you move through ordinary moments. You will notice small miracles, a conversation that opens a door, an idea that feels inspired, an opportunity that appears just when you need it. That is how the universe speaks back to those who master their frequency. By now, something inside you has shifted. You've moved from being a passive observer of life to an active creator. You understand that your mind is not separate from your spirit. They are two sides of the same creative force. When you think a thought and feel it deeply, you generate energy that moves through the entire field of consciousness. That energy organizes matter, circumstances, and people to reflect your vibration. It may take time to see in the physical world, but once the internal frequency changes, the external must follow. Nightingale once said, "Your world is a living expression of how you are using and have used your mind." Proctor would often remind his students that energy is always moving into form. That means what you think and feel today will appear as you tomorrow. Every single day you hold the vibration of abundance, gratitude, and faith. You are shaping a new reality, one that aligns with infinite wealth and joy. So, force yourself for these 7 days, not with pressure or fear, but with purpose and power. Refuse to let old thoughts dominate your mind. Speak the language of success, think in images of prosperity, and feel as though what you desire is already on its way. Because the truth is, it already is. The energy has been set in motion. You are tuning yourself into the same frequency that Nightingale and Proctor lived by, the frequency of conscious creation. Once you master it, you will never again wonder whether the law of attraction works. You will know that it does, because you will have seen it move through your life. You will understand that spirituality and wealth are not separate, but deeply intertwined. Spirit is the cause. Wealth is the effect. When you honor the cause, the effect flows without resistance. This is your invitation to step into a higher dimension of being, where thoughts are sacred, emotions are tools, and faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. You are no longer waiting for life to change. You are the change. Force yourself for 7 days to live as the conscious creator you were meant to be, and watch as the frequency of your mind and spirit reshapes your entire world into one of abundance, peace, and limitless possibility. When you begin to consciously master the frequency of your mind and spirit, you start to realize that abundance is not something outside of you waiting to be earned. It's something within you waiting to be remembered. Earl Nightingale once said, "We become what we think about." And Bob Proctor took that truth to a new level by showing that the subconscious mind, the invisible operating system beneath our awareness, is what holds our vibrational patterns in place. Most people try to change their lives by changing their outer actions, but they never address the inner vibration that caused their outer results. You can think of your subconscious mind as fertile soil. Whatever seed, thought, image, or belief you plant into it, it must grow. The soil doesn't care if the seed is of abundance or lack, confidence or fear. It simply reproduces what is given. That's why Nightingale said, "The mind moves in the direction of our currently dominant thoughts." Your job is to become the deliberate gardener of your own consciousness. Every day, you must pull the weeds of doubt and replace them with thoughts of prosperity and gratitude. To master this process within 7 days, you must bring intensity and consistency. This is not passive reflection. It is conscious reprogramming. You're teaching your mind and spirit to vibrate at a new level. And when you do, your external world begins to reflect this new vibration in ways that can appear miraculous. Start by looking at how you think about money itself. For most people, money carries layers of emotional resistance. They desire it, yet secretly judge it. They want wealth, but fear greed. They were taught as children that money is scarce, that it's difficult to earn, or that it changes people for the worse. These beliefs are energetic blocks. They lower your frequency and create contradictions in your vibration. Proctor used to say, "If you want to change your income, you must change your self-image. Because your self-image, what you truly believe you are worth, sets the boundaries for what the universe can deliver to you." So, take time to rewrite your inner script about money. Instead of seeing it as paper or coins, see it as energy, a reflection of value, creativity, and service. Money flows toward those who vibrate in harmony with abundance, not toward those who chase it from fear. When you feel good about wealth, when you see it as an instrument of growth and generosity, you unlock its flow. Every time you admire prosperity in others, you align with its energy instead of resisting it. Jealousy blocks. Appreciation attracts. On the second day of your practice, visualize money and abundance as streams of golden energy flowing toward you. Don't try to figure out how it will come. That's the universe's domain. Your job is to hold the frequency of wealth long enough for it to materialize. As you hold that vibration, notice any uncomfortable feelings that arise: doubt, guilt, or fear. These emotions reveal subconscious resistance. Instead of suppressing them, thank them for showing up. Breathe deeply and release them with love. Say inwardly, "I choose abundance." I release all beliefs of lack. Feel the energetic shift. By the third day, begin to infuse emotion into your visualization. See yourself living the life you desire. The home, the freedom, the ability to give, the peace of mind. Feel gratitude as if it were already real. Nightingale taught that the human mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically experienced. When you consistently imagine wealth with emotional clarity, your subconscious mind begins to treat it as real, and your behavior, intuition, and opportunities rearrange themselves accordingly. On the fourth day, focus on your environment. You cannot sustain a high vibration while living in physical or energetic clutter. The space around you reflects your inner state. Clean your surroundings. Organize your desk, your home, your wallet. As trivial as it may seem, this act signals to your subconscious that you are creating room for abundance. Proctor often said, "Order is heaven's first law." The moment you bring order into your space, you align yourself with higher frequencies of clarity and prosperity. Now, the fifth day is where true mastery begins. Detachment. This may sound contradictory after all this focus on visualization, but it's essential. Detachment doesn't mean apathy. It means trust. You no longer need to control the outcome because you know that energy follows thought. You've planted the seed and watered it with emotion. Now you must allow it to grow. Many people sabotage their manifestations because they check on them constantly, vibrating impatience and doubt. When you let go, you declare to the universe, "I trust the process. I know it is done." This trust lifts your vibration higher than any forced effort ever could. By the sixth day, your task is simple yet profound. Live in alignment. Think of abundance not as a goal, but as your natural state of being. Speak words that carry the frequency of expansion. When someone complains, choose not to join their vibration. When you encounter a challenge, see it as an opportunity to expand your awareness. Nightingale emphasized that attitude is the reflection of a person's true self. Your attitude, how you feel about life, about yourself, about others, determines the texture of your reality. Hold an attitude of expectancy, and miracles will find you. On the seventh day, celebrate your progress. Gratitude and joy are the highest frequencies of all. Reflect on how much you have shifted in just 1 week of focused awareness. Notice how your energy feels lighter, how your thoughts feel clearer, how opportunities seem to appear more easily. This is not coincidence. This is resonance. You are now vibrating in harmony with the frequency of wealth. But remember, the 7 days are just the beginning. They are an initiation, a concentrated training of the mind and spirit to operate consciously. If you continue, your vibration stabilizes at a higher level. You become immune to external chaos. Life no longer controls your emotions. Your emotions begin to direct life. You step into what Proctor called the permanent frequency of success. To maintain this vibration, create daily rituals that feed your energy. Wake up each morning and affirm, "Today, I choose the frequency of abundance. I choose thoughts that serve me." Choose gratitude and joy. Throughout the day, stay aware of your inner state. When you feel your energy drop, pause, breathe, and return to alignment. Listen to uplifting words, read spiritual teachings, meditate, or simply go for a walk in nature. Every act that calms your mind and expands your heart strengthens your vibration. Earl Nightingale believed that we are all broadcasting stations, constantly sending out signals that attract like frequencies. If you want to change what you receive, you must change what you send. Bob Proctor explained that the mind operates in 2 parts, the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind chooses, but the subconscious accepts whatever is impressed upon it repeatedly. Therefore, repetition is your greatest ally. Repeat thoughts of wealth until they feel natural. Repeat feelings of joy until they become your baseline. The subconscious cannot resist repetition. It eventually believes. And once it believes, The universe must comply. The real secret, which both Nightingale and Proctor taught in their own way, is that wealth is a mirror of your internal harmony. The more you align your thought, feeling, and belief, the more effortlessly life provides. You are not separate from the abundance you seek. You are the consciousness through which abundance expresses itself. When you truly grasp this, you will stop chasing and start radiating. Wealth will not feel like something to achieve, but something you already are. So, as you complete this phase of your 7-day journey, remember, your vibration is your destiny. Guard it, nurture it, elevate it. Let every word, every thought, every emotion carry the frequency of infinite abundance. And when challenges arise, as they always do, see them as tests of vibration, opportunities to hold your frequency steady while the world shifts around you. In these moments, think of Nightingale's voice reminding you, we become what we think about. And hear Proctor whispering through time, see yourself living in abundance, and you will attract it. Together, they are teaching you the timeless truth. Your thoughts shape energy, and energy shapes your world. When you live by this understanding, the universe becomes your collaborator. Circumstances rearrange themselves to serve your purpose. People show up at the right time. Ideas flow effortlessly. It's not magic, it's alignment. You have tuned your mind and spirit to the master frequency of abundance. From this vibration, everything is possible, because you are finally vibrating in harmony with the infinite intelligence that governs all creation. The process of mastering the frequency of abundance within 7 days is not a matter of luck nor of chance. It is a deliberate act of spiritual engineering, a conscious reconstruction of your inner world to match the vibration of the reality you wish to experience. Earl Nightingale and Bob Proctor both understood that wealth, success, and fulfillment are not random occurrences. They are governed by precise universal laws. Laws as real and consistent as gravity, and once you align with them, life must obey. The first of these laws is the law of vibration, which precedes and gives rise to the law of attraction. Everything in the universe vibrates. Nothing rests. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you hold, all are vibrations that radiate into the infinite field of consciousness. When these vibrations are coherent, meaning your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are in harmony, your life begins to mirror that harmony. When they are in conflict, when you desire abundance but believe in lack, your reality becomes fragmented. This is why the first 2 days of this 7-day transformation are devoted to clarity and emotional purification. You must first know the frequency you wish to embody, and then clear all that contradicts it. Sit quietly and ask yourself, what does abundance feel like? Not just what it looks like, but what it feels like in your body, in your energy, in your heart. For most people, it feels like expansion, freedom, ease, and joy. The moment you can identify that feeling, you have found your energetic signature. That's your target frequency. Now, hold that frequency in your awareness as you move through your day. When your energy drops, when fear, worry, or doubt creep in, recognize that you've fallen out of alignment. Do not judge it. Simply breathe, pause, and return to the vibration of abundance. This awareness alone is one of the greatest spiritual disciplines. Proctor would often say, you cannot hold 2 thoughts at the same time. You either think abundance or you think lack. Choose deliberately. On the 3rd day, you begin the process of imprinting your subconscious mind with the new frequency. Your subconscious does not respond to logic. It responds to repetition and emotion. So, throughout the day, speak affirmations not as empty words, but as declarations of truth. For instance, I am one with infinite abundance. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. My vibration attracts wealth, harmony, and opportunity. Say these words slowly, with emotion. Feel the truth of them vibrating through every cell. The more you repeat them, the more your subconscious accepts them, And once it accepts, it must express. Nightingale's teaching that we become what we think about is not metaphorical, it is literal. The human mind, through sustained focus, molds the quantum field. Science now supports what the mystics have always known. Observation shapes reality. By holding your attention on abundance, you collapse the wave of potentiality into a specific physical form: wealth, opportunity, synchronicity. By the fourth day, begin to see evidence. Not necessarily money in your hands yet, but subtle reflections, a new idea, a conversation, a sense of confidence. These are vibrational markers that indicate your frequency is shifting. Celebrate them. Gratitude amplifies vibration. Every time you express genuine gratitude, you raise your energetic set point and accelerate manifestation. Gratitude is not just a moral virtue. It is an energetic tool. Now, as you enter the fifth day, something profound occurs. The universe begins to respond. You may receive inspired ideas, intuitive nudges, or invitations that seem coincidental. This is where most people fail. They ignore the guidance because it doesn't match their logic. But intuition is the language of the higher mind. When you act on inspiration, you declare your trust in the unseen forces guiding you. Bob Proctor often said, "Faith and fear both demand that you believe in something you cannot see." The choice is yours. Choose faith. When you follow the whisper of intuition, you align with the path of least resistance, the invisible current that carries you toward your abundance. The sixth day is the day of integration. You've been planting seeds in consciousness. Now you must live as if they have already bloomed. This is where your inner and outer worlds merge. Wake up and behave as the wealthy, abundant version of yourself would. What would that person wear? How would they speak? How would they walk into a room? Not from ego, but from embodiment. You are training your nervous system to believe in the reality of your desire. Nightingale called this acting as if. He explained that when you behave as though your success is certain, your subconscious begins to arrange your world accordingly. You are no longer trying to manifest. You are remembering who you are. Finally, the seventh day, the day of surrender. You've done the inner work. You've set the vibration, aligned your emotions, cleared resistance, and acted in faith. Now you must let go. This is where many spiritual seekers struggle. They try to force results, not realizing that force belongs to the realm of the ego. The higher self operates through allowance. Surrender is not weakness. It is supreme power. When you release the need to control the outcome, you make room for divine orchestration. You become an open channel through which abundance flows freely. And as you relax into trust, life begins to deliver beyond what you imagined. At this stage, your consciousness reaches what Proctor referred to as the frequency of effortless creation. You no longer need to attract, you simply allow. Your vibration becomes so stable that abundance naturally gravitates toward you. You'll notice that people feel drawn to your energy. Opportunities seem to find you. Problems dissolve before they fully form. This is not coincidence. It is coherence. Now, let's go deeper into why this process works, not only spiritually, but scientifically. Everything you experience is filtered through your nervous system and electromagnetic field. When you feel emotions like gratitude or love, your heart emits a measurable, coherent frequency that interacts with the quantum field. The universe responds not to your words, but to your vibration. That's why prayer, meditation, and visualization are powerful only when infused with emotion. If you visualize wealth but secretly feel doubt, the universe reads your vibration as doubt. If you declare abundance but feel fear, it reads fear. But when your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs merge into one frequency, certainty, manifestation becomes inevitable. This is what Nightingale and Proctor devoted their lives to teaching, the unity of thought and feeling. They knew that success is not about working harder, but thinking higher. The external world rearranges itself to match your dominant internal frequency. By maintaining this vibration for 7 days, you create a new energetic habit. And once a vibration becomes habitual, it transforms into identity. You no longer try to attract wealth, you are wealth. You no longer hope for abundance, you live from it. At this point, something extraordinary happens. You begin to see wealth not as money, but as energy. An energy that flows through people, ideas, and circumstances. You realize that your wealth grows every time you expand someone else's. Giving and receiving become one motion. Nightingale once wrote, "Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal." Notice that he did not say possession of an ideal, but realization. Success is an ongoing unfolding of consciousness. And when your ideal is aligned with universal good, when your abundance uplifts others, the universe multiplies it back to you in ways that defy logic. Bob Proctor echoed this truth when he said, "You don't get rich by doing certain things. You get rich by doing things in a certain way. That certain way is alignment, thinking, feeling, and acting from the frequency of abundance." Now imagine you've maintained this practice beyond 7 days. Your vibration stabilizes. You start attracting opportunities effortlessly, not because you chase them, but because they resonate with your frequency. You meet the right people at the right time. Your creativity flourishes. You feel guided. You live in what many call flow. This is the natural state of the universe. Harmony, expansion, abundance. You are not becoming abundant. You are remembering that you already are. The illusion of scarcity dissolves, and you step into your true nature, a creator, not a victim. So let this 7-day practice be more than a temporary experiment. Let it be the beginning of a new way of living, a life guided by vibration rather than circumstance, by intuition rather than fear. Because once you've felt the frequency of abundance, you can never go back. You've glimpsed the truth behind all appearances. The universe is infinitely rich, and you are an inseparable part of it. From this day forward, walk as if you are the embodiment of abundance itself. Let every word you speak carry power. Every breath you take remind you of your connection to the infinite. You are the consciousness through which wealth expresses its beauty, generosity, and expansion. And as Earl Nightingale would say, you are, at this very moment, standing in the middle of your own acres of diamonds. All you must do is open your eyes, lift your vibration, and receive what has been yours all along. When you reach the deeper layers of this 7-day transformation, the process shifts from repetition to embodiment. At this stage, the conscious effort begins to dissolve, and a natural state of resonance takes over. What once felt like discipline now feels like rhythm. You are no longer trying to tune into abundance. You are becoming the very frequency of it. This is the turning point where the spiritual meets the practical, where inner vibration becomes outer evidence. Earl Nightingale often compared the mind to fertile soil. The subconscious accepts any seed that is planted and nourished with emotion. Most people scatter seeds of lack, fear, and limitation without realizing that the soil never discriminates. It simply grows whatever it receives. But when you consciously sow thoughts of wealth, joy, and expansion, the harvest cannot fail to reflect that. The soil of the mind, however, requires consistency. You cannot plant a seed today and dig it up tomorrow to check if it's growing. The unseen stages are the most critical. They demand faith. In these moments, you are being asked to believe without evidence. This is the purest test of spiritual maturity. Bob Proctor would always emphasize this. When you believe in something you cannot see, you call upon the infinite. Faith is not passive. It is an energetic certainty that anchors the unseen into the seen. Each time you hold faith, you strengthen your vibrational signal, stabilizing the new frequency. When faith wavers, the energy diffuses. The universe mirrors that diffusion. Opportunities seem to fade, momentum slows, and you question yourself. But if you maintain belief through apparent stillness, you compress energy, and when it releases, it manifests with exponential power. In this fourth phase, begin to notice how your environment reflects your internal calibration. Conversations shift, coincidences increase, resistance dissolves. You find yourself surrounded by synchronicities so precise that they cannot be random. These are signals that you are resonating with the universal current of abundance. Nightingale taught that success is not something to chase, but something to attract by the person you become. This truth overturns the old paradigm of struggle. You no longer need to force outcomes, manipulate circumstances, or exhaust yourself in pursuit. The new paradigm is vibrational. You create internally, then receive externally. Proctor described this alignment as the paradigm shift. He explained that your results are never determined by effort alone, but by the subconscious patterns that govern your habitual vibration. You can work hard from a vibration of scarcity and still attract struggle. But when you elevate your paradigm, when you feel and believe differently, the same actions begin to yield exponential results. Think of your vibration as a magnetic frequency. Each emotion emits a signal. Fear contracts, love expands. Gratitude, joy, and purpose radiate powerful waves that draw experiences of the same nature. This is not metaphysical poetry. It is universal mechanics. You are a transmitter and receiver of energy. The wealth you seek is not outside you. It is the echo of your inner broadcast. Here lies one of the greatest revelations of Nightingale and Proctor's teachings. You are always manifesting. The only question is what frequency you're manifesting from. When you complain, you amplify lack. When you appreciate, you amplify abundance. The universe never stops responding. It mirrors your dominant vibration with mathematical precision. This awareness turns daily life into a sacred practice. Every thought becomes a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your destiny. You start choosing thoughts not by habit, but by intention. You begin speaking words that match your desired frequency: calm, confident, empowered. You let silence replace negative speech, for silence holds more creative power than words spoken from fear. By now, your mind and spirit are learning to cooperate. The conscious mind sets direction. The subconscious executes. The spirit energizes. When these three operate in unison, manifestation accelerates. Imagine your mind is a compass, your emotion is fuel, and your spirit is the current carrying your ship toward destiny. If any one of these elements is misaligned, progress slows. But when they merge, manifestation becomes inevitable. At this level, energy mastery becomes a lifestyle. You start noticing that abundance is not something you do, it's something you allow. Opportunities begin to unfold in perfect timing. You stop forcing and start flowing. You trust. And that trust radiates through every decision you make. This is where your frequency stabilizes. You feel calm in uncertainty because you know vibration precedes manifestation. You may not yet see the full harvest, but you can sense it growing beneath the surface. The air feels charged with possibility. You begin to realize that abundance is not about having more, it's about being more. From this state, your creativity expands. Ideas come effortlessly. You receive inspiration in quiet moments, during a walk, in meditation, or even in the silence between breaths. These ideas are divine instructions, whispers from the field of infinite intelligence. And when you act on them with confidence, you activate the law of increase, the principle that all creation expands through use. Every time you apply divine ideas, you multiply them. Wealth is not stagnant, it flows. The more you circulate energy through giving, creativity, service, or gratitude, the more it returns. Nightingale once said, Our rewards in life will always be in exact proportion to the service we render. That statement captures the highest truth of spiritual economics. Giving and receiving are one act, separated only by perception. When you give value without fear, the universe multiplies that value and sends it back through unexpected channels. The ego may cling to security, but the spirit knows that flow sustains itself. True wealth comes not from accumulation, but from circulation, energy, and motion. Now pause and breathe deeply. Feel that flow through your body, the pulse of life that connects you to the infinite. That pulse is abundance itself. Every heartbeat confirms your participation in the endless rhythm of creation. You are not disconnected from wealth. You are wealth in motion. As this truth sinks deeper, old programming begins to dissolve. Limiting beliefs about money, worth, and possibility lose their grip. You realize that scarcity was never external. It was a mental construct sustained by attention. Shift your attention, and the illusion collapses. This is the liberation both Nightingale and Proctor spoke of, the awakening from mental bondage. You no longer think as a victim of circumstance, but as a creator of circumstance. The moment you accept that truth, your entire energetic blueprint rearranges. At this level of consciousness, you begin to sense that wealth is spiritual responsibility. It's not about luxury or ego. It's about expansion of service, expression, and impact. Abundance becomes the language through which the universe expresses generosity. You become a vessel of divine circulation. This is the secret that transforms ordinary manifestors into conscious creators. When you see wealth as divine energy, you honor it, respect it, and use it wisely. You no longer chase money. You magnetize it through meaning. You become a conduit for creation, and life rewards you accordingly. So by the end of this phase, remember, your goal is not simply to manifest a sum of money or a single result. It's to align permanently with the vibration of abundance. When that alignment stabilizes, everything else follows: wealth, opportunity, purpose, and peace. And as Bob Proctor once said, the good you desire is already here, waiting for you to match its frequency. So hold the vibration. Live it, speak it, become it, because the universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you are. As you continue your journey into mastery of mind and spirit, the subtle energies within you begin to orchestrate life with precision. Every thought, every feeling, and every intention functions like a note in a grand symphony of manifestation. When you consciously harmonize these energies, life becomes effortless, yet profoundly abundant. Earl Nightingale emphasized that the greatest obstacle to wealth and success is not external circumstances, but internal programming. Your subconscious mind stores every belief, experience, and impression you've accumulated. Often, these patterns are invisible, yet they govern behavior and outcomes more than conscious effort ever could. For this reason, it is essential to identify and recalibrate subconscious limitations. Bob Proctor explained that paradigms, your habitual mental patterns, dictate 95% of your actions. Changing a paradigm requires focused repetition, emotional engagement, and alignment with higher truths. You can study the law of attraction and understand every principle intellectually, but unless your subconscious adopts it as truth, results remain limited. In this stage, begin by observing recurring thoughts. Notice the self-doubt, fear, and scarcity thinking that arise automatically. These are the shadows of old paradigms. Instead of suppressing them, illuminate them with awareness. Recognize them as patterns, not truths. When you dissociate from limiting thoughts, their power diminishes. Simultaneously, cultivate mental habits that reinforce abundance. Daily affirmations, visualization, and meditative immersion are not mere rituals. They are tools for neural rewiring. Each time you feel and embody the desired reality, you strengthen the pathways in your mind, that translate inner experience into outer results. Energy is the bridge between thought and manifestation. Bob Proctor often said that vibration precedes manifestation. What you are energetically determines what you receive materially. If your frequency aligns with gratitude, generosity, and confidence, opportunities begin to flow naturally. Conversely, if fear, doubt, or resistance dominate, the universe reflects that scarcity. Consider the human mind as a transmitter and receiver. Every thought emits a signal. When you focus on abundance, your signal resonates with opportunities and circumstances that reflect the same frequency. When you focus on lack, worry, or frustration, your signal attracts more of the same. This is the invisible law governing your reality, impartial, exact, and merciless in its precision. To master your mind and spirit, begin integrating energy awareness into daily life. Notice how physical states affect mental clarity. Tension restricts flow, while relaxation opens perception. Observe emotions as indicators of vibrational alignment. Joy, love, and curiosity indicate resonance with higher frequencies, while anxiety, anger, and despair signal misalignment. One powerful technique to elevate vibration is visualization combined with emotional intensity. Close your eyes and imagine the life you desire, the salary, the freedom, the impact, and feel it as real. Engage all senses. Smell the environment, hear the sounds, feel the textures, taste the richness. When your body experiences the imagined reality, your subconscious cannot distinguish it from the present. This is how energetic alignment accelerates manifestation. Gratitude acts as an amplifier. When you focus on what already exists in abundance, you send a signal that attracts more. It is not an empty exercise. It is a vibrational recalibration. Bob Proctor emphasized that gratitude opens the channel of universal supply, while complaints or envy constrict it. Practice expressing gratitude not just for outcomes, but for the invisible guidance and lessons that lead you toward your goals. Discipline is no longer a chore in this phase. It becomes devotion. Repetition of aligned thought, feeling, and action integrates new paradigms into your being. The subconscious, which once resisted change, now adopts the new pattern effortlessly. You begin to notice automatic responses in line with abundance, creativity flowing without struggle, and opportunities appearing without forced effort. Earl Nightingale's teachings remind us that environment shapes perception. Surround yourself with reminders of possibility. Books, mentors, communities, and experiences that reinforce expansion rather than limitation. Energy is contagious. Being around high-frequency individuals accelerates your own vibrational growth, while negative or fearful influences can stagnate progress. The spiritual dimension intensifies as awareness deepens. You recognize that wealth is not simply currency or possessions, but energy in motion. Every act of giving, creating, or serving contributes to a cycle that multiplies abundance. Your relationship with money evolves from need to partnership. Money becomes a tool of expression, not a source of anxiety. At this stage, intuition strengthens. You begin sensing opportunities before they appear. Decisions are guided by subtle knowing rather than external data alone. This is the integration of spirit, the infinite intelligence guiding choice. Trusting intuition reduces hesitation and aligns action with the natural flow of life. Action remains essential, but now it is aligned, deliberate, and inspired. You act not from pressure, but from inner clarity. Every decision is filtered through vibrational resonance. Does this move me toward abundance or away from it? This conscious discernment magnifies results exponentially compared to random or reactive effort. The principle of circulation becomes tangible. Energy given freely, in the form of service, knowledge, or financial contribution, multiplies. The universe does not respond to withholding. It responds to movement. When you release with trust, the same energy returns in manifold ways. This is the spiritual economics that both Nightingale and Proctor emphasized. The flow of energy is wealth itself. Resistance may appear occasionally, often as subtle doubts or fears. Recognize these moments as opportunities to strengthen alignment. Each resistance overcome reinforces the subconscious wiring, creating stronger momentum for manifestation. Persist not through force, but through consistency in vibration. In daily practice, integrate mindfulness with purposeful thought. Observe your mental chatter and consciously redirect it toward abundance and possibility. Replace "I can't" with "I am capable." Replace "there's not enough" with "the universe provides endlessly." These linguistic shifts are more than semantics. They recalibrate frequency. Now consider the exponential effect of compounding vibrational alignment. Each day of consistent energy, focus, and faith strengthens the momentum of abundance. Opportunities begin to compound, relationships expand, and financial gains accelerate. The small daily alignment becomes a tidal wave of manifestation. Earl Nightingale often spoke about success as a state of mind. Bob Proctor complemented this with the energetic dimension, that the mind must be congruent with universal vibration. Together, their teachings reveal that wealth and success are not external goals, but internal states, cultivated through mental clarity, emotional resonance, and spiritual integration. Finally, as you complete this fifth stage, your internal reality dominates. You feel secure, capable, and expansive, regardless of external conditions. Wealth is no longer a distant objective. It is an expression of your being. Opportunities flow with ease, creativity blossoms, and the universe responds with generosity. You have become a conscious magnet for abundance. By mastering these principles, you unlock a life of purpose, fulfillment, and prosperity. The law of attraction is no longer theoretical. It is your lived experience. Energy, thought, and spirit converge to create outcomes that reflect your deepest intentions. You are no longer a passive observer of life. You are the orchestrator, the composer, the co-creator of your destiny. As you step into the final stage of mastery, the integration of mind, spirit, and energy becomes seamless. Every action, thought, and intention now resonates with the frequency of abundance. The principles you have practiced, clarity, visualization, emotional alignment, gratitude, and inspired action, have matured into a natural state of being. You are no longer chasing wealth. Wealth flows to you as a reflection of your inner harmony. Earl Nightingale emphasized that the mind is like a fertile garden. What you plant grows. By now, you have planted seeds of empowerment, clarity, and abundance. These seeds have taken root in your subconscious, where they are nurtured by repeated practice and emotional resonance. Every belief aligned with prosperity acts like sunlight and water, accelerating growth toward your desired reality. Bob Proctor teaches that the energy you emit dictates your reception. This is no longer abstract. It is tangible in your daily experience. Opportunities arrive with a synchronicity that feels miraculous, yet it is simply the law of vibration in action. Each interaction, each decision, each intention now aligns effortlessly with the universe's abundance. The spiritual dimension deepens as you recognize the infinite nature of wealth. Money is energy, yes, but abundance encompasses health, relationships, creativity, and purpose. You begin to measure wealth not solely by material accumulation, but by the richness of experiences and the impact you create. This multidimensional perspective transforms your relationship with life itself. At this point, your intuition operates at an elevated frequency. Decisions are guided by insight rather than analysis. You sense opportunities, evaluate risks, and act with confidence, knowing that the universe supports aligned action. Fear and hesitation have no place. You trust the flow of energy and your ability to respond effectively. Daily practice continues, but it is no longer effortful. Visualization, affirmation, meditation, and gratitude have become second nature. Your inner dialogue reflects abundance naturally. Thoughts of scarcity or limitation are noticed immediately and replaced with alignment and focus. The subconscious now mirrors your conscious intentions without resistance. Energy management is crucial. You notice that physical, emotional, and mental states are interdependent. A calm, energized body supports clarity of thought. Joy, curiosity, and enthusiasm amplify manifestation, while tension, worry, or frustration reduce vibrational alignment. By observing and adjusting these states, you maintain a high-frequency environment conducive to attracting abundance. One advanced technique to solidify mastery is the alignment of long-term vision with daily action. The law of attraction responds to clarity, but clarity without consistency is incomplete. Break down your ultimate goals into daily aligned actions that reflect your desired outcomes. Each step, no matter how small, compounds into significant transformation over time. Gratitude remains a cornerstone of the process. Beyond appreciating outcomes, you now express gratitude for the journey itself, the lessons, the guidance, and the growth. This holistic gratitude elevates vibration further, attracting not just wealth, but opportunities, relationships, and experiences that enhance your life exponentially. Earl Nightingale emphasized the power of focus. In this final stage, focus is no longer scattered. You prioritize thoughts, intentions, and actions that resonate with abundance. Every mental image, word spoken, and emotion felt serves the overarching goal of manifestation. Distraction diminishes and alignment strengthens. Bob Proctor's teaching on paradigms becomes fully apparent. Your internal paradigms of abundance now operate automatically. Limiting beliefs have been replaced with expansive truths. You act, respond, and perceive through the lens of wealth consciousness. The subconscious supports, rather than obstructs, your conscious goals. The relationship with money transforms profoundly. You no longer chase or fear it, you partner with it. You recognize its energetic nature and its role as a tool for creation, service, and expression. Money circulates freely in your life, and your contributions to others enhance its flow. This conscious co-creation amplifies both personal and collective abundance. Energy circulation becomes natural. Giving, creating, and serving are no longer tactical actions but intrinsic habits. The universe responds with multiplication. Every act of generosity, whether in resources, knowledge, or time, returns in manifold ways. The spiritual economy ensures that aligned energy never diminishes. It expands infinitely. Resistances, if they appear, are now subtle and easily corrected. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to reinforce alignment and strengthen vibrational integrity. You navigate obstacles with grace, using insight and intentional action rather than force. Momentum builds as alignment compounds, creating a life where abundance flows without effort. Integration of mind, spirit, and energy reaches its peak. You experience a state of effortless creation where thought and vibration converge. Your external reality mirrors your inner state with precision. Wealth, freedom, and fulfillment are no longer goals to attain. They are expressions of your being. Community and environment continue to influence your growth. Surrounding yourself with high-vibration individuals, resources, and experiences enhances momentum. You recognize the contagious nature of energy. Positivity breeds opportunity, and aligned action encourages similar alignment in others. Reflection becomes a tool for continuous growth. You analyze outcomes not with judgment, but with awareness. Every success and challenge serves as feedback, refining your vibration and strengthening your alignment. Through this reflective practice, mastery deepens and intuition sharpens. The compounded effect of these principles creates exponential results. Opportunities, Income, creativity, and personal growth expand simultaneously. What once required effort now occurs naturally because your entire system, mind, emotion, and spirit operates in resonance with abundance. Earl Nightingale and Bob Proctor's combined wisdom culminates in this integrated state. The conscious mind aligned with higher vibration manifests effortlessly. The subconscious fully supports conscious intention, and the spiritual dimension amplifies and orchestrates outcomes. You are no longer a passive participant in life. You are an active creator, shaping reality with clarity, energy, and purpose. Finally, mastery involves the understanding that life's abundance is infinite and ever-present. By harmonizing thought, energy, and spirit, you ensure that wealth, joy, and fulfillment are not fleeting but sustainable. Your daily practices, now internalized, perpetuate a cycle of continuous expansion and alignment. You have completed the journey from awareness to mastery. The law of attraction and spiritual alignment are no longer concepts. They are your lived reality. Your mind and spirit resonate with abundance naturally, consistently attracting opportunities, wealth, and meaningful experiences. As you maintain this state, the final lesson crystallizes. Wealth is not an external pursuit, but an internal state expressed outwardly. Every thought, feeling, and action is a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your life. By consciously integrating the teachings of Earl Nightingale and Bob Proctor, you become the architect of your destiny, the magnet for prosperity, and the embodiment of infinite abundance.